This is extravagant and I'm keeping it. Ooh.
Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker. Welcome to episode 4 in the Unfinished Love Story series. In this episode today, we will travel back in time to the past to try to come up with clear answers related to the question, why did you have to separate from your lover? What was the issue of that separation? So the lover in question is the person on your mind, the one that you thought of when you clicked on this reading. Dig deep inside of your soul and you will know who I'm talking about. I'll also try to give you some clues. As you know, in this Unfinished Love Story series, we travel from the present into the past to the future and back to the past and the present again. So today we are nostalgically exploring a relationship with somebody that loved you and left you. We need to understand what was the deeper purpose, what was the spiritual meaning of the separation, so that we can make peace with the past and move forward towards manifesting love in the present. You can watch this pick-a-card reading by itself if you're just curious to find an answer to the question, or you can play along with the series. Stick around until the end of each choice because I will give you a color, and it's important that you match the same color at least 2 times so that you can unlock the energy color reading from episode 6, which is the final episode in this series. Now for today's reading, as you guys know the drill, I will have 4 options here for you, a choice of 4 crystals. I'll introduce them to you in a second. I have pre-selected some oracle cards and I'm going to live shuffle from the beautifully ethereal The Spheres of Heaven Tarot. Okay. All of the decks that I'm using in these readings are linked in the description box below. I also offer personal readings, so have a look at my affordable prices. The second link in the description box takes you where you need to go. Have a look at my second channel, the Eden Nearby. Have a look at my third channel, all about astrology, the spiritual cosmos. Check me out on Instagram and on TikTok for short form readings. And also feel free to visit my website where you can find my prices, but also you can find a selection of articles related to music, culture, books, astrology, and everything that I'm currently interested in. Thank you so much for your kind support. Thank you for sending me gifts from my tarot Amazon wish list. If you send me something as a gift from that list, I will give you a free tarot reading as a thank you. So we've been having really wonderful opportunities to connect in this way, and I cannot be more grateful. Now, all this being said, here are the options that I have here placed in front of you. For you, group 1, we have a gorgeous blue apatite crystal. For you, group 2, we have a mahogany obsidian, a highly protective stone. For you, group 3, we have here a pink opal heart. And for you, group 4, we have Labradorite. It's a crystal that creates many beautiful, scintillating dark blue, dark green kind of waves, shadows, mysterious. Okay, so take a moment now to look at which of these particular crystals pulls you in the most. If you have made your choice, then I'm not going to keep you waiting. Thank you for your support. Let's jump straight into your reading and find out, why did you have to separate from your lover? What was the purpose of that past separation?
Hey group 1, welcome to the Unfinished Love Story series. This is episode 4. We are going to dive into the past today and try to uncover the meaning of the separation from your lover. So you could have had a relationship in the past that ended, and we are going to explore what was the spiritual purpose of that separation. So we have here this gorgeous stone, blue apatite, just to help you understand that you are indeed at the correct pile. I'm going to live shuffle from the Sefirot, the Tarot of the Heavenly Spheres, and I have your Oracle card pre-shuffles. I actually got a paper cut, I can't believe it, from this tarot deck. And it's strange because it has thick cards. I just got it right now, over here. So this is a relationship that deeply hurt. You got contact with this person. This person really, oh gosh, I hope that this person hasn't physically harmed you, but there was something cutting, something painful, a painful separation. Okay, let's see what else the cards are showing me. I'm suffering with you right now. This paper cut is a little bit, it's going to make shuffling a little bit difficult, but hey, I take the messages wherever I can get them from. Okay, so the cards that I have here for you, yes, Two of Swords, anxious waiting. You're still waiting for closure. You're still waiting for a resolution in the situation. We have here the Eight of Cups, a painful separation, regret, not wanting to let this person go, but feeling like you must, you need to. In some cases, you had to separate from this person because they had an addiction and you didn't want to see them waste their life and their potential. You had to walk away. It was the healthiest thing. Eight of Wands. Wow, so already you have a really powerful master number, number 88, Saturn. There may have been some financial issues here. Maybe this person stole money from you. They may have messed with your credit cards. They could have used your savings to purchase illegal substances. I see that this connection began really hot and feisty and passionate. You guys had a lot of fun, but also that the breakup was really painful. Really, like, it took you a while. You felt haunted by this person. This person felt almost like they were a drug to your system. I see here with the Four of Coins, a lot of jealousy. So that may have been the root cause of why you guys had to take some distance from this person. The jealousy could have come from your person, but it's also not excluded that you may have felt jealous in this connection. And I see here a King of Wands. So this is just to give you a clue. You may have been involved with an elder or older fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see here Leo, most likely, a person that's very charismatic, very warm, very loyal, very like good in between the sheets, you know, very creative and playful from that point of view. But also somebody that was struggling with an addiction, may have been a womanizer or, you know, a Casanova. I'm saying a he because I know that we have here the king and most of my viewers are female, but this could also have been a woman that was just sharing her energy willy-nilly with whomever she met, you know. So a person that struggles with self-worth issues, that constantly needed to be reaffirmed by other people's compliments, their attention, and their sensual attention especially. I see here that you're in two minds about the separation. You still are wondering, will this person come back? It's hard to let this connection go. You may have met this person through work. This person taught you a lot about how to take action. You may have done a lot of work in this connection. You may have taken steps towards going and seeing this person, pursuing this person. But eventually, all the love that you poured into this connection was spilled. So what was the deeper purpose? Why did you need to separate from this individual? We have here Virgin's Milk. So this could have been the first person that you had intimate relations with, the first person in your life. We have here the pack. It's a wolf pack. And the keywords are inner work, deep connections, soul tribe. And it's so beautiful. Look at this image. It's like we see this ghostly skeletal girl holding this wolf, feeling like she belongs. So initially this person made you feel like they are your home. I also feel like you made this person feel like they belong to you. Yeah, I feel like you guys may have trauma bonded. And part of the reason why you had to separate was you had to individuate. You had to become your own person. If you would have remained stuck to this person, you would have developed a codependence pattern that I think plays out a lot in your family. So maybe your mother and father were stuck in this codependent relationship and one of the parents was enabling the addiction of the other parent. I'm getting something here with my left ear. The left side of the body is the feminine side. So some issues here with femininity, accepting love, feeling comfortable, relaxing into your feminine energy. You may not have had that. You may have really struggled with that. So we have here alchemizing confusion into clarity. Yeah. Very strongly, I see Neptune problems. Idealizing the parents hurting you, you ended up idealizing a lover. The lover ended up hurting you. Addiction that was initially portrayed as sensual obsession and infatuation that made you feel seen and loved, but ultimately it proved to be just an ideal, a fantasy. I feel like here you may have struggled with emotional immaturity. Not you per se, but you could have been brought up by some parents that were emotionally distant, uninvolved, and immature. Like, you wanted to love them, you wanted to have a deep bond, to feel close to your mother or your father, but they felt uncomfortable. Like, they showed love through by getting you to do stuff or by giving you gifts or money. They couldn't show love by sitting and hearing your feelings and sitting down with you and helping you understand and figure things out. They may have always prioritized themselves. It's like, my dramas are more important than you. And they may have also ridiculed you. So you grew up to accept emotional dominance from another partner, a partner that initially valued you, potentially for your virginity as well. You know, there are people like that. It's very medieval, but there are people like that. Especially if you come from a highly religious background, that could have been implicated in this situation. But there was disappointment, there was sadness related to the physical, intimate act. You may not have enjoyed it, this person may not have known what they were doing. It was just something that was saddening. You see the blue rose, right? It's like so disappointing, so sad. Like, I feel a lot of you are put off by having relations with other people physically because you're thinking, what's the point? It's not something I enjoy, right? This is also not feeling nourished enough physically as well. I think that when you were together with this partner, you had issues related not only to sensual pleasure and enjoying your body and enjoying getting physically intimate with this person, but you had issues related to food. You may have blocked yourself from eating, and as soon as you separated from this lover, you went back to a healthy eating pattern. So one of the more pragmatic reasons why you had to separate was because this person was bad for your health. If they had an addiction, you were in danger of also becoming addicted if you continue to spend time with them. If this person was in some way jealous and possessive, you were in danger of being suffocated, individualistic, like your individuality could not grow. You always had to be at this person's beck and call, and you were in the risk of developing a codependent pattern. This person in some way, although I see them as here like a hero and like very brave and valiant individual, a person that likes to take control, could have acted in a very controlling way with you, you know? In spite of the fact that they made you feel like home, there was this feeling that in order for me to belong with you, I'm always kept in the state of confusion. I always doubt whether you are faithful to me. This person may have been quite nice to you, but on the other hand, you heard from people, from their family, from relatives, from friends, that they may have cheated on you. So it's kind of like there was a double standard here. You had to be pure for this person, but this person was just dallying in other relations. So it was a painful separation. You didn't want to let this person go. For some of you, this may have been an actual marriage. You married this person quite young. I see here that you were a virgin when you married this person. You thought that this person was your one and only, a very brave, a very charismatic, a very sexy person, and unfortunately it ended up being a huge disappointment. It's like you were constantly in a fog. You were kept in a state of second-guessing yourself. This person may have also gaslit you. I think that this person was using similar strategies to the ones that you saw in your family when you were growing up. Maybe your parents were constantly making fun of your feelings and hiding things from you. So you grew up expecting that this is normal, that this is to be expected. You were not conscious of these things. They came up in situations when you were intimate or when you were arguing with this partner, this fire sign that literally broke your heart. So I'm here to let you know that you did a really good thing by separating from this individual. First of all, from the point of view of your physical health, it was good for you. I feel like you are nourishing yourself better. You are not in the surrounding, you're not surrounded by somebody that could actually get you to develop a very strange, painful addiction. And I also think that your heart is no longer infested with the demon of jealousy. Yeah? You don't have to second guess. You don't always have to think, should I trust this person? Can I trust? What is going on here? Are you lying to me? Are you hiding things from me? Yeah, confusion into clarity. So waking up from this relationship, separating from this person, was like waking up from a very toxic idealization. You solved a really important Neptune task. The planet Neptune that governs the sign Pisces deals with beautiful, glamorized idealizations of love. But it could also be the romanticization of domestic violence. That's a big word, sorry for mispronouncing it. It could also be like you idealize somebody that is actually, you think it's a bad boy or a bad girl that could be redeemed, but in reality this is just a toxic person dragging you down in life, and you should really wake up and see them clearly for who they are. And I feel like you did that. You did that. You pulled a power move. You took off the rosy colored glasses and you saw this person for who they really were, and regretfully, with a lot of pain and heartache, you decided to walk away. And it was good for you, baby. You did well, okay? And I feel that you shouldn't expect this person to come back, even if they come back. Hey Group 1, sorry for the interruption. Just as I was about to finish your reading and convey to you my final thoughts on the separation, all of a sudden my air conditioning machine just started emitting this really loud shrill, almost like there was some sort of broadcast or interference, and then the light went out in my entire house and also on the corridor in my building for about 1 minute. I think this is an indication that, first of all, Pile 1 in all of my pick-a-card readings has been going through a lot of weird, mystical, random interruptions. A couple of days ago in my pick-a-card reading, there was a woman who knocked on my door looking for Stella. No person by that name has ever lived in this household, so that was weird. And now all of a sudden, the energy, the light went out. It's almost as if the universe is trying to tell you, Group 1, my mystical, occult, X-Files pile, that person in your life was an energy vampire. That person may have sucked all of the life force out of you. So now you're in the process of recovering, finding new meaning, new purpose in life. Do not go back to that individual. I highly suggest that you focus on your life, your goals, and on building up your inner resources of energy. Okay, if you have been playing along with this series, this is the moment when I will show you your color. So your magical color is metallic copper. I hope that you have selected this from a previous reading. If not, you still have another installment coming up soon to actually make this choice one more time. This is helping you, finding out matches is helping you unlock reading number 6. Thank you so much for listening. Yeah, interruptions keep happening, but I think that they're meant to be. It's your energy as well. You are my spooky pile. From now on, my Group 1 and all my pick-a-cards reading is going to be my spooky occult pile. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy. I hope you have enjoyed this reading, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Ciao. Hi Group 2, welcome to episode 4 from the Unfinished Love Story series. Today we're going to find out, why were you meant to separate from that person that lives in your mind and in your heart from the moment when you clicked on this reading. So I have here the Sefirot tarot. I'm going to live shuffle it for you. This is, by the way, a reading for those of you that were drawn to the Mahogany Obsidian crystal. I feel like some of you are quite rushed or impatient. It's like you clicked on this reading and you're like, come on, I don't have a lot of time. Okay, slow down, Buttercup, slow down, because you can still make all the things that you want to create and do and enjoy this reading as well. Thank you for being here. So, bringing all this energy down into a grounding vibration. I am a little bit rattled from what happened in Group 1. We had an interruption, an energetic interference that completely took out the electricity in my house. So yeah, things like this happen. Yeah, that's why I'm in the business of the occult, because I find such things fascinating rather than scary, but they do rattle you a little bit energetically. Okay, coming back to your energy and to the need to ground yourself, because I'm picking up on some spastic kind of like weird, you know, shaky, edgy, jittery kind of vibes. Maybe you had too much coffee. That's okay. Join the group, because I also had a lot of coffee from my Richie Brew cup. Okay, coming back, we have here the Eight of Swords. We also have the Knight of Coins. For a moment I wanted to say Cups. It's very misleading, the design on these cards, right? I thought this was the Eight of Wands. I thought this was the Knight of Cups. Oh my goodness, nothing was what it seemed in this connection, right? You thought things were one way, but then you figured out that they were completely different than what you expected. Okay, Spirit keeps giving me side messages. We have here the Ten of Cups. Oh, and we have here the Emperor. Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, I see that in spite of the confusion and the kind of like wondering that this situation has created in your life, it left you wondering, it left you puzzled. I do think that the separation was amicable. I do think that it was something that you both took it in your stride, like, we're not ready for this. We're not ready for this. I'm going to allow you your freedom. I'll take my freedom back. Thank you very much. And we're just going to seek our fortune elsewhere. There is, however, a hope here in this separation of you guys coming back and reconciling at some point in time. Reminds me of a pact that I made once with my ex-husband. It's no longer a tenable pact because we actually had a massive argument, and we ended things in a pretty negative way following an amicable split. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that I remember that when we decided to separate, it was almost like a decision that we made with a certain guarantee. Because we felt that we were so compatible and very similar as souls, we decided to go and try our fortune out with other people, much like I see it here. And we said that if we would be old and alone and we haven't found somebody that fits with us as well as we used to, then we should come back to one another and live our older years, our older age together again, rather than be separate and alone and feeling left out. We should come back to one another and live as friends, live in an amicable way, because we were very compatible in terms of having the same biorhythm, having the same kind of routines. You know, we both used to wake up at the same time, go to bed at the same time. We were night owls together. We loved to play computer games. We had a lot of things that kind of gelled, you know. So I think that this is maybe what happened here. Maybe you guys made a pact. It's kind of like, let's separate now, let's try out something different, and if we don't like it, let's come back to each other. Yeah? So long, convoluted story short, I feel like this may have been a promise for the future. It's like, at the moment, I cannot give you all you want. I'm just a Knight of Coins, but in the future, I am planning, I'm really taking steps. I'm taking practical steps to become the Emperor. And then I will come for you. And then we can get married. And then we can be happy. But some of you discovered that this pact was a lie. Okay? It was a lie. It was something that sounded too good to be true. You're dealing here with an earth sign, potentially a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo, with some sort of Aries energy, maybe an Aries ascendant, Aries north node, Aries moon. This is an individual that on the surface comes across as reliable and honest, but they're actually quite impulsive and selfish. Although the Emperor is not necessarily a bad guy, and both of these cards appeared upright, so I should just give them the benefit of the doubt. I think that what happened in this connection, because you both were led towards a separation, what happened is that this person prioritized themselves, their money, and their work goals. I think they were selfish from that point of view. I don't think that they're a mean person. I don't think that they are toxic. I think that generally this person prioritized their work, their professional development over being in a committed, loving relationship with you. You did make each other very happy. There was the potential here for creating like this long-term happiness, right? But unfortunately it wasn't the right time, and this person knew it, and they may have sugar-coated the entire situation. They may have led you to believe that no, they are ready for a commitment, and in reality they weren't. They were lying to yourself, and they were lying to themselves as well. They were lying to yourself, they were lying to you, and they were lying to themselves as well, yeah? So I don't think that this person is mean. I just think that they may have been shocked by the fact that they met you so early in their lives before they were ready. Because I think that this person has some really big, ambitious goals. They want to make it in the world of business, finances. You know, they really want to acquire a lot of wealth. They want to be the best person that they can be in their field of work. And a romance will distract them. They're not ready yet. And most of the times with earth signs, if you meet them when they are younger in life, you will see this pattern, you will see this energy. They will sacrifice friends, family, and other relations in order to progress their ambitious goals, because they are pragmatic people. They are very much builders at heart. And some of them have the capacity to flexibly accept a relationship at the same time as working on their career, but others of them who are more intense, who really want to climb up the social ladder, they know that they will spend so much time studying, training, improving, disciplining themselves, making money, hustling, that they just will not be able to give you attention and affection and a child or take care of a pet with you, because they just don't have this focus, they don't have this capacity. And that's nothing to villainize them for. It's just the way that they function, you know. So also people that have Saturn and Pluto placements are like that, you know. In the first part of life, they're struggling to figure out who they are, and the older they grow, the more mature, wise, and more like refined they become, if they manage to overcome life's challenges without falling to the dark side. Because Saturnian and Plutonic people can also become quite cruel and vindictive because of the fact that life challenges them more than any other sign. So I feel like you're dealing here with an individual that is up and coming, focused on their professional path. They are really wonderful potential spouses. I feel like you do keep tabs on them. You may continuously keep in contact with them, but it's hard to trust them because they lied to you in the past. Some of you don't even know that this person has lied to you. You're finding out here on this reading today. I see the Eight of Swords, and this is an infamous card. I mean, it is normally in the Rider-Waite Tarot. It shows a woman that is blindfolded, right? I think that also here it could be that you may have decided to not see certain things in this connection. You may have decided to gloss over certain red flags because you just see the wonderful potential of this person, but at the same time your decision to not see reality for what it is and to accept this person's shadiness was the one that ultimately led you to the separation, because you can only repress so much. You can only turn a blind eye to so much before a person's real character is revealed. Let's see the oracle cards and let's dive a little bit deeper into why did you have to separate. Opening to dreams and visions. So this was a connection that helped you finally listen to and trust your intuition. Something was off about this partner. We have here the Trinity. Okay, your person may have been involved in some cult, or they may have been part of some sort of organization or part of a group that you completely disagree with. Maybe this person was part of the manosphere, you know, or they may have been part of a religious group that you really, when you found out, you were like, what? Okay, I'm out. So the keywords here are balancing decisions, priorities, and adapting to change. Yeah. Maybe this person is a Scientologist. There is something here. This person wants to become rich and wealthy at all costs, that they are willing to, you know, walk over certain sensitive parts of their souls, trade them if you want. as some sort of like, oh god, this person, all of a sudden I kind of getting a very dark energy with the Trinity card here. So we see the bear, we see the wolf, and we see the reindeer, the antlers as well. You're dealing with a very stubborn person, a person that will not budge, will not yield, will not compromise. That's the problem, because on the outside you saw this like slow moving, slow paced, reliable, courteous, like this polite individual that seems to be like modest and hardworking. But in reality, this person was hiding like a very dark secret personality. We have here as well conjunction, conjunction. So I'm getting a very strong, maybe their moon is conjunct Saturn or conjunct Pluto, and I feel like the divine was protecting you because you were drawn towards the mahogany obsidian. So the divine is protecting you from this person, because this person will develop. They may not be yet, but will slowly, gradually develop in time into a very dark individual. You see here, white and black, right? Light and dark. So initially when you met this person, they were in this light form energy, but it's like they have a very secret side to them, a side that you only got a glimpse of, a little bit of a taste, and you got scared. You got scared and you abandoned ship. And it's good that you did that, okay? In certain cases, cowardice shouldn't be rewarded, but in this case, you know, getting cold feet actually is saving your life. So you're dealing here with a person that will continue to acquire a lot more power than they have at the moment. They will become this emperor. They may become famous or known, but it could be that they may also become famous for something that is not so positive, right? They maybe will hit the news for embezzling funds, or God knows what else, you know, as part of a secret society, secret association. Yeah, no, this person is not developing towards the light. And with the Trinity here, I do feel that you're being protected by the Holy Trinity, right? The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the Mother, Maiden, and the Holy Body. So the main purpose of the separation was you finally paying attention to red flags and to seeing the wolf in sheep's clothing. And to understand that it's okay to say no, it's okay to run away, it's okay to be a little bit cowardly. Like cowardly, like, how is it called? Oh god, there was this cartoon. I forgot his name. I forgot the name of the dog. Was it Courage the Cowardly Dog? Yes, finally remembered it. Yeah, exactly like in that cartoon, right? And his relationship to Muriel, who is going through all of these sci-fi kind of experiences on their little farm. And Eustace, it was her husband, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, check out Courage the Cowardly Dog, the cartoons. If you're a millennial, you may have grown up with Cartoon Network and watching this cartoon. But in this case, you know, I think you walking away from the situation was meant to be, because my love, it's protecting you from worse. Yeah, so rejection is God's protection in this case, amplified to 100,000%. So thank you so much for listening. This is the reading that I had for you. I hope it calmed you. I hope it clarified certain things. And now I'm going to show you the color. So your color is raw umber. I hope that you found this color in the previous pick a card readings. If not, I have one more coming up as an installment in this series. And if you matched at least 2, you can unlock color reading that will exist in episode 6. For some reason I can't speak. I need to go and drink some water because I feel dehydrated. This person really kind of dehydrated you. Anyway, thank you so much, my love. Thank you for playing along. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Ciao. Hi group 3, welcome to episode 4 from the Unfinished Love Story series. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're playing along. This is a reading for those of you that were drawn to the pink opal heart. A very soft, a very forgiving energy. We are going to find out the answer to the question, why were you meant to separate from your lover? What was the deeper purpose of the separation? I have here the Sefirot tarot. Let me give it a quick shuffle. Let's see what cards are popping out. Oh, okay. We see the Queen of Swords. Okay. So, first of all, I see the Queen of Swords. I feel that this is your energy. You are embodying this deeply righteous feminine vibe. This is Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. You are very rational about this separation. You're trying not to get too emotional. You're trying to see reality for what it really is. And you're also protecting yourself very strongly. In certain cases, you guys may have needed to actually go to a courthouse and have a restraining order issued, or use some sort of a legal procedure to separate yourself from this individual. There may have been a divorce, some sort of like legal detachment of assets or something of that kind. I see here the Nine of Swords. Oh, this person gave you so much anxiety, sleepless nights. You were so worried. Oh God. I'm hearing in certain cases battered person syndrome. Oh, my dear, you suffered through so much with this individual. What's going on here? I see here the Hierophant. So yes, most likely this was a common law marriage. Yeah, I feel like you guys were somehow contractually binded to this person. In certain cases, this may have been a workplace situation. You started an affair with somebody at work, and you know, the HR department had to mitigate the circumstances of this situation. In other cases, I see here very strongly you were married to this person. This was your spouse, your ex-spouse. So yeah, having to put a boundary, a very strong boundary between you and this individual. I see very strongly a spiritual test, a test of how you accept, understand, and separate from important men with authority in your life. Your spouse could have been a reflection of your father, a father figure. And then I see Five of Swords, arguments, constantly trying to be right, to one-up each other, bringing facts that incriminate the other person, coming up with receipts, coming up with gossip, slanderous gossip. You said, you know, I said, he said, she said, these kind of vibes. I cannot help but see how many swords. Like, really, you guys are, you know, it reminds me of the Radiohead song Knives Out, right? So Knives Out, go ahead and listen to it. I want you to know he's not coming back. Yeah, okay, so those are some of the lyrics in the song, how it begins. So yeah, I feel like you guys are a little bit worried about this person. I feel like this was a relatively mentally abusive and verbally abusive relationship. I don't know if it got to the state where it was physically abusive as well. I don't really see it. I think this is more about emotional and verbal abuse, and I feel that this is about involving the law, using information such as emails, text, receipts, all sorts of things to incriminate this person. Very toxic conversations, very alarming, aggressive exchanges of text messages or phone calls, having screaming and shouting matches to one another. No wonder that this connection separated. It helped you. It helped you learn how to defend yourself. It helped you come up with a person that was so stubborn in their beliefs about you and what's right for you. I feel like a lot of the times this person wanted to do things that were somehow protecting you, but they ended up controlling you. Yeah, this person inspired a lot of paranoia, lack of trust inside of you. You never knew whom to rely upon. Like, you never knew if this person would be there for you or you could rely upon them. Your oracle cards are Flos Sapientum, the red and white rose. Something pure, innocent, filled with light, that is unfortunately corrupted by the serpent in the Garden of Eden. So a downfall. And I feel here that passion, rampant sexuality, yeah, there may have been some sort of sex addiction, a lot of like nefarious vibes. Something that was really good between the two of you turned into something hostile, aggressive, and filled with conflict. There is a lot of aggressive mental, verbal energy here. A lot of I'll hurt you first before you hurt me. Yeah. A very traditional individual, a person that really wanted to dominate you in some way. And you found out in this process, by coming face to face with this lover that turned into your nemesis, you are actually coming face to face with your real desires. This relationship was meant to happen in your life. It was meant to lead to this conflict so that you can understand that what you want is to become an independent person that dedicates most of her energy, and I'm saying her because the Queen of Swords is you, my viewer, most of her energy to her professional accomplishments. You are a boss bitch, yeah? You are here a strong business-like person, a very rational, very intelligent, very curious individual, very good communicator. Unfortunately, this was not in any way prized or valued by your ex. I feel like this individual completely tried to take your achievements and make them his own. And sadly, this led to a rupture. So now you're reclaiming your power. You are understanding that I cannot be a traditional wife. I cannot be a domestic counterpart. I cannot spend my days locked up in the house. I would rather just be out there in the world and make my own choices and create my own wealth and just do things that I want to do, you know? Have the friends that I want to have. You're not going to tell me what kind of friends to hang out with or not, or how to dress or what to think, right? So you're reclaiming it. This connection had to happen. It had to somehow break you so that it will shape you back into a better version of who you are. This authentic version that you've always been stifling down. Trusting in destiny. You are learning how to face the unknown by yourself without fear. This is one of the biggest spiritual lessons. You may have thought that you always needed somebody, you know. You may have been brought up in an environment where you were told from a very young age that you have to be part of a connection in order to succeed in life. Who will protect you if you're by yourself? And now you're breaking out of this mentality. You're liberating yourself. You're understanding that it's okay. You can be by yourself and still live a fulfilling life. I also see here the rider. Yeah, so we see here movement, quick decisions, progress. You had to reclaim your power because you needed to move. You may have signed up for a course of study in another country and this ex was prohibiting you from going. And you decided, no, F this. I'm going to go. I'm going to pursue my higher education. I am going to relocate to this place of my dreams. I am going to take this money and invest it into something I want to build. And I think that this person was holding you back. They're not really a bad person. It's just, I feel like you're dealing here with somebody that could be dogmatic. You initially fell in love with this person's stability, and then you figured out, I really don't want stability so early on in my life. I feel like I haven't done growing and exploring potential avenues. It's kind of like you signed up for a connection that was stable. You thought that this is what you want, but this is mostly what you were taught to believe that you want. And it felt constraining. It felt like you were living inside a coffin and that your life was over. Some of you developed deep depression. So you decided to liberate yourself and live differently. Try out a variety of different things. Explore the world. Use your mind, your incredible intelligence to get the things you want in life. No longer expecting them from this person. This person kind of held a lot of power over you through their status. I also feel like some of you, just some of you, you may have been raised as part of a cult or something? Because I see here the high priest, and the high priest is this guru-like image, right? It's a person that commands a whole group of disciples. So maybe you temporarily joined the cult and then you reclaimed your freedom. You may have been misled by the spiritual teachings of a very charismatic man who made you his spiritual wife, not necessarily a legal partner. But it was very hard to communicate with this person. You could not compromise. You could not put your 2 cents in. This person would constantly dominate you verbally, mentally, threatening you as well. And you were just like, you were not living in peace. This is a very nightmarish scenario. You see the energy is kind of going up and right and in all directions, right? Yeah, it's like you lived in this very electrifying energy and it wasn't good for your becoming. So now it's you walking into the unknown, trusting in destiny and making sure that you can use your intelligence and God-given strength and willpower to carve a path forward in life. You're seeing life as an adventure now. You're no longer being held back by this promise of stability, but a stability that comes from another person trying to dominate you is a prison. It's not really actual stability. You will create your own inner sense of security and safety as you go out and have adventures in the world, as you make friends, as you fall in love, as you make money, as you study. You will discover that, hey, life is filled of both dark and violent things, but it's also filled with a lot of light and moments of study and illumination and spiritual awakenings and kindness and compassion and sharing. So you're facing the unknown right now and you're trying to see everything as an adventure. And this is what this connection has pushed you into. No longer are you naive and in need of protection. You're figuring out that I'm not a child, I'm not an infant that needs to be constantly mollycoddled and protected. I am a full-grown individual that can make her own choices, that can carve her own path forward in life through the decisions she is making, the wise, calculated decisions she is making. And you've got this. You've got this energy in spades. You can teach and mold the minds of other people. You are so intelligent and brilliant at this. A very good communicator. You can get yourself out of any difficult circumstance. You can negotiate as well very well. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Some of you have been in an abusive connection and now you're doing legal studies because you're trying to put individuals like your ex behind bars and you're trying to prevent other people from falling into the hands of an abuser. Some of you were catfished on the internet. I'm getting this kind of energy of somebody that recruited you online. It was a pyramid scheme or a cult, and you figured things out before the situation became too dangerous. Wow, okay. Group 3, what a reading. Wow, group 3 has some really powerful readings lately. Thank you so much for listening. I'm ready to share with you the color because I'm sure that you're eagerly awaiting. So your color is Moonstone. I hope that you found this as a match in the previous pick of cards. If not, I have another one coming up next, and if you match 2 at least, you can unlock color reading number 6. Okay, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I cannot wait to see my next one. Take care. You're a powerhouse of strength. Ciao. Hi group 4. Welcome to episode 4 in the Unfinished Love Story series. So this is a reading for those of you that were drawn to the Labradorite crystal. So today we are going to find out, why were you meant to separate from the person in your past, from the person on your mind, still living rent-free in your heart? Let's figure things out. I have here the Sefirot tarot. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shuffle to find out what it has to tell us. What was the deeper spiritual purpose of the separation? Stick around until the end of the reading because I will give you your color. So in case you're playing along with the series. Okay, these are the cards that dropped out. The Chariot. You may have been dealing with a Cancer. So somebody born with the sun in Cancer, somebody born in July, end of June. I see here a King of Swords. This is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. So water and air. Sparkling water. We also see here with This is the Two of Coins, if I'm not mistaken. It's very beautiful art, but it's slightly confusing as well. We have here the Three of Coins, and we have here the Seven of Swords. Oh, disagreements about work, money, issues related to who's going to take care of this and that. You're dealing here with a very flighty individual, on and off kind of vibe. Somebody who promised you something, came in, swooped you up your feet, made love to you and left you the next morning or even in the middle of the night, and then came back again, did the same kind of thing. You were constantly left wondering, is the situation involving me and another person? Am I being juggled here? Are you exactly who you say that or who you are? Or are you a jack of all trades, master of none? This could be somebody that you met through work, through some sort of work-based collaboration. You may have met this person at some sort of community course in your local environment. Maybe you signed up for a class to do something just as a hobby, as a pastime activity. In certain cases, you guys had to do community work. In other cases, you had to sign up for an extra training certificate. In other cases, you had to do a polygon test. You had to maybe sign up for police work. I see here as well that you could have taken your driver's license. It's just someplace in the local environment where you were trying to pay back something, give back something to the community. I feel like some of you met this person in a second-hand store with objects and clothes. Others of you like met this person in an environment where you were doing some charitable work as well. You were volunteering. I also feel here that, classes for adults, you know, like lifelong study, lifelong learning, community training. Maybe you needed to do an online course, it fell through and you had to show up in person, and that's how you met this individual. There's something here about gaining new skills. It's a very Mercury kind of connection. You met because you guys communicated. You met because you were trying to learn something new. Some of you met at a language training course, so you wanted to learn how to speak a different language, and that's where you met this person. This person was very charismatic, very friendly, very jovial, very quick as well. They made you laugh. They were progressive. They liked to accessorize. They were just, you know, very well connected with other people. They would constantly share information, news and facts and gossip as well with you. They were very touchy-feely. They felt like family instantaneously. You felt that you could trust this person. And this person sadly juggled you with somebody else or something else in their life. I feel like they had some sort of weird family circumstances when they met you. It could be that they lost a parent, or they had some issues with inheritance, taxes, a business that they had in the past and that was going bankrupt and they had to deal with that. They were playing these I cannot speak. See, maybe you guys had to speak in a different language than the one that you met in. So for example, you were in an English speaking country, but you were speaking a different language than this person. For example, you are Spanish, this person was Polish, and you were in an English speaking country at some sort of language training course, as an example, yeah? And I have the feeling that this person may have wanted to take something from you, steal something from you, an idea that you came up with. This person tried to appropriate it for themselves. There may have been a copyright battle, a copyright issue here. You confided in this person, you shared something important with them, and this person shared that thing that you communicated to them in privacy. They shared it with the whole group. And it humiliated you, it made you feel ashamed. It could have been a situation at work as well, where you guys felt like you were very close, like you were counterparts working on the same project, but then when the deadline hit, when the presentation had to be prepared, this person took all of the credit for themselves without crediting you, and then they also spread some malicious gossip about your involvement in the project. And you just stormed out of there, you walked out. There was a power move that you pulled. It's like, I had enough. This is BS. You know what? Bye. You know, I'm out. I'm out. You could have changed the job in which you met this person for a better, even better paid job. So that was the power move. In certain cases, you could have actually taken some sort of disciplinary action against this person and dragged them through the mud, thereby proving that your idea, your copyright claim was correct. And this person then had to face the consequences of their lying. You are dealing here with somebody treacherous with the 7 of Swords. This person was very shameless. You could have actually seen this person after they made love to you. You could have seen them flirting with another person in the same environment where you guys met, whether it was a class, a community service, or at work. And that really kind of made you feel like, what? Like, so obvious, you're not even trying to hide it. Remember, an ex is an ex for a very good reason, right? So we have here the deeper spiritual meaning of the separation, examining self-identity. This person is teaching you how to stand up for yourself, how to prioritize your attitude, your energy, your behavior, or your ideas and your feelings over and above being nice and pleasing to a lover. You were brought up thinking that you always have to be nice, you always have to be polite, you always had to put other people first and yourself second. And this person is showing you that no, in reality, you have to value who you are. You have to know who you are, what you want, and how to go about protecting the things that are yours. You're learning ownership from this individual. So in a way, you can be grateful to them. I know it's difficult, but there is a hidden blessing in all of this mess. Uranus, right? So we have here, and I pronounced it in this very weird way because it's spelled like this. This is the original spelling in Latin. So Uranus is the planet of shocks, sudden moments in which you go like, what? I never thought that that was possible. If you want to see a Uranus moment, look at what happened, the deep transformation that Nicocado Avocados suddenly went through this weekend. He lost most of the weight that he was famous for. And that is also a very strong Uranus vibe, a sudden shock in the collective. Somebody accomplished something that we never thought was possible. And this can be good, but it could also be quite negative. So for example, the shock could be something that somebody does and you never thought that they would cross that boundary, right? So as I said, a shock could be all of a sudden this person looks completely transformed and they are so much better than you would have expected. Or it could be that you find them cheating on you with somebody that was very close to you. That's a shock, right? So Uranus is this ball of electricity and energy. It carries this vibration of something spontaneous happens in your life, something completely unpredictable, out of the left field, that changes your mindset. It changes what you thought was true. It shifts your awareness. All of a sudden, I am aware that this personal transformation is possible, that this person never loved me, that things were never as, you know, peaceful as I thought that they could be, that violence is possible, that I need to walk away from the situation because this person is dangerous, right? So shocks, spontaneous, unexpected happenings that trigger you into making changes because you're changing your mind. Yeah, you're doing things differently. I feel like you also were in a connection with a rebel. Yeah, a person that constantly was looking for what's new, what's better, what's fresh, you know? And I feel like this person disrespected you by having this mentality, but they weren't doing it to spite you. They were just doing it because they have some unresolved issues here with emotional intimacy and getting close to somebody, a fear of commitment, a fear of attachment, some sort of dysregulated emotional attachment. So by acting in unpredictable ways, this person helped you understand better who you are and what you want, and you took a leap of faith into a new adventure. Migration. So we see here initiation, adventure, and freedom. This person helped you fall in love with your freedom. This person helped you appreciate alone time, me time. you figured out at the end of this connection with this individual that you are worth so much more. That it's better to be by yourself than to be in a connection with somebody that treats you in this disrespectful, shocking, on and off kind of vibe. So this person helped empower you by betraying you. It's a negative form of empowerment, but one that wakes you up in a very spontaneous, dramatic way. It's kind of like a rude awakening, but it's a necessary awakening that you had to go through. Bottom of the deck, the 10 of coins. You are only gonna grow wealthier and richer from this connection. So this person also pushed you on the path of self-realization, because you are no longer wasting your energy on romantic connections that were draining you of life force. You are now fully committed to achieving the best possible income that you can, to being really good at your job, to learning a new skill that's going to bring you a lot of money. And I feel that once you stabilize yourself from a financial point of view, you will be willing to open up your heart and love again. But right now, you're very focused on your coin. You're grabbing that bag. You want to liberate yourself and have more free time by paradoxically putting an effort in developing yourself. So it's a balance. It's about trying to establish a work-life balance. Okay, this is the reading that I have for you. Okay, group 4. Wow, I feel like yours was the most empowering, and to a certain extent it was quite compact and clear. So I'm ready right now to share with you your color. So this is Burnt Sienna. I hope that you have made this choice in the previous pick-a-card readings. If not, I have one more coming your way, episode 5. Because in episode 6, we will use the matches that you had, the most color matches that you had, to unlock reading number 6, which will be a color energy reading. So I look forward to creating that for you. In the meantime, take wonderful care of your beautiful heart, your beautiful, beautiful heart. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in my next one. Ciao.